Welcome back, everyone, to the second and final act of our Hampshire Senior Cup final double header. And its familiar foes face to face once more. Do battle with Southampton under 21s. Twice before on the night it was Cherry's delight, but can the Saints suppress the scar tissue and halt Bournemouth's hat-trick hunt? Zach, Bournemouth, they've had Southampton's number thus far, but is this the time for the Saints to get on top? Going to be very important indeed for both sides, and they'll want to try and lay a marker down very early on. Here are the lineups for Bournemouth, starting off, and only the one change from their 3-2 victory over Cheltenham Town recently, and it's in between the sticks. Katie Scadding coming in, replacing Erin Foley, and they'll be relying on the heavy goal scoring that they've seen in recent weeks and months. Jenna Markham with 5 goals in her last 5 appearances. But they can also rely on Thompson, who scored in the final 12 months ago. As for Southampton, well, they're going to be relying on Kayleigh Buckingham, who has scored in each of the last 2 finals, albeit both of them coming in losing causes. But there is some international experience in there at youth level, and they'll be hoping that Izzy Watts and Hodson can try and propel them towards their first victory in a number of years. Will we see something similar take place this evening? Bournemouth back-to-back winners looking to make it a three-peat. As we continue this trilogy that is turning into and blooding into quite the rivalry. And you can just see a few nerves perhaps on some of the players' faces as they walk out of the tunnel for the first time.
What a night this is for both teams. It could not be bigger. Bournemouth, what a season they've had. They are top of the league and they've only dropped their points for the first time this weekend. What a season they've had. But Southampton, they'll be looking to get their revenge. Again, like I said, they've lost 2 years in a row. They're not going to want to let it become a hat-trick. What a night of football we're going to have.
Last year it ended 3-1 in favour of Bournemouth. The year before it was 1-1 going to penalties. And it was an absolutely outstanding penalty shootout, ending 9-8 once again in favour of Bournemouth. And this is actually their 4th consecutive appearance in the final of this competition, because the year before they started this mini run of dominance, it was a 3-0 defeat to Portsmouth in 2022. The referee blows, most certainly not for the final time. And we do get underway with Bournemouth attacking towards the left-hand side. And already making some nice little inroads. Ball across, and that will be gracefully clutched to the chest. Headed but not particularly comfortably away in the Southampton area. Now playing it inside, finds Baron Clark again out onto this right-hand side. Will they aim and take fire? They do, but that is a comfortable stop for the player in between the goalposts. It's a high throw, trying to go down this left-hand side, finds the shoulder. Finds its way through, loose ball. This is an opportunity to run onto it. It's McGuinness on this right-hand side, does pick it up, lays it back inside. It's a loose touch when it mattered most. Finds its way to Thompson on the edge of the area. Oh, I feel like she should have probably played in Markham there. Finds its way back to her though, the number 25 in the middle. Ball across the face of goal, and the touch in the box wasn't particularly good from Williams. Still Bournemouth with possession, and that's fired over the bar. First real shot on goal from either side that we've seen in a decent time. And it wasn't too far away, but Petit looked pretty comfortable with that effort.
Great support, great support.
Markham, does it find her on this left-hand side? Battling very, very hard with Watts. Comes out on top. Bit of a coming together between the two of them, advantage played. Finds Baron Clark. Now on this right-hand side. Tame effort at goal, it has to be said. I think it's Stripple over there on the right-hand side. Just fired it straight at Petit in between the sticks. And finals for Southampton in losing causes, but it's been the 49-year-old Bulu who's looked very, very threatening. Nodded on, escaping is Triple through the back line, but a missed kick.
Don't believe it.
That was a huge opportunity, but Stripple. What the defensive tactics for Bournemouth will be. It's Mallon that's over the ball on this occasion to fire it in from the right-hand side. Multiple opportunities, multiple options. You go near post, you go far post, you wait for somebody to be charging through the centre of the box. Completely unmarked, and really from that position should do better. Free header. Batting over the left-hand side, bit of a defensive error there, and Southampton have got a lot of free real estate to charge into. Now Buckingham in the centre, There's a coming together between two players. Definitely got a touch on it, did the 39, but went straight into the hands of Scadding. End to end at the same time though, battling going on. A little bit of a poor touch in the Southampton back four. Allows Bournemouth to get a little bit of control. Clark out wide, finds Sampson. Clark wants more. Taking it in the centre, ball over the top. They try and win the header. They do win the header, and it almost finds its way in, sliding across the face of goal, smashed into the car park. If in doubt, get rid of it, but that was heart in mouth moments, wasn't it? Before being smashed into the car park's lineup just outside the ground. Crossfield ball found. Jones on his right-hand side, smashed into the centre, handed on a plate, and the reigning champions are up and running. They're looking for the three-peat, and just before we break off for 45 minutes, who else is it? The 22, 6 in 6 for Markham, and the deadlock has been broken. Of Bournemouth, shall we hoping to right the wrongs of the first half, you could say. Of course, scored in the previous two finals for Southampton, getting involved defensively there, picked up now, trying to duck and weave in between the Bournemouth centre-halves, an opportunity, and slipped past the keeper. Hello, 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 what a start to the second half. Parity found, and the Saints celebrating for the first time.
That is what you call a striker's instinct. She saw the poor touch, she saw an opportunity, and did she or did she not take that? Wow.
And we spoke that Mallon had been quiet in the first 45. Well, what a way to kick off the second half. Is an excellent finish into the bottom left-hand corner, sliding it past Scadding. And that is the kick-starter they needed. Very dangerous at times, but does well, but the pass is poor. And Bournemouth have just got a little bit of a spring in their step since they were brought back level and brought back down to earth. Fired in, going to have to get up, fumbled, finds its way to the feet of a centre-back. It's a goal line scramble. In the end, Petit, just, and we use the word just strongly, clinging on for dear life, comfortably into the halves of the two sides. What we've seen so far, especially in the last 10 minutes, a lot of action going on right in the centre of the pitch. That's not a particularly good clearance. Baron Clark again in a similar position, this time on the right foot, and it wasn't far away from the far post. Bournemouth number 10 creating a couple of opportunities there. Just control regained by Bournemouth, and it will find itself to the feet of Scadding, who again is a little bit lackadaisical, smashes it straight into Henry, and Southampton with an opportunity. A little bit calamitous at the back on the right hand side. Ball's going to be floated in, arriving at the back post is Mallon, falls to the feet and tripped over the keeper. 1-0 down, 2-1 up. How's your response now, reigning champions? Looking for the three-peat, but it's Southampton. What a second half of football, capitalising on defensive errors. Still with possession on the edge of the Southampton box. He's trying to hold on to it, but that is a pass that, well, there was wishful thinking there. Bournemouth regaining the control. There was a little deflection in there. Managing to make up for the mistakes and scampering around the outside goes Thompson. Really, really good feet. Falls to Stripple. Oh. Excellent save. Excellent reaction save from Petit.
Save.
Had to get down to it and get down to it very quickly. She did. The ball heads out.
There we go. We've done it.
The scar tissue is shredded. The Saints scale the insurmountable summit, and the hopes of a cherry hat-trick squashed beneath the soles of the Saints. They lost it once, they lost it twice, they do not lose it thrice. Southampton, after back-to-back disappointments, a blitz in the second half, scoring straight away and scoring not long after, left the Bournemouth players with no answer.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Caitlin. Seeing players, as you said, 16, 17, 18, winning trophies this early, how important is it for their future career to win trophies that early and get that taste?
Yeah, I don't even think it's the winning part. I think it's just being able to, like, if we lost today, it would still be a really good, like, exposure for them at senior football. So I just think getting to the final, playing against a team like Bournemouth, who have had an outstanding season, I said it before the game, but real credit to their coaching staff and players. They've, got promoted. They'll be in Tier 3 next year. I wouldn't be surprised if they then reinvest and go to Tier 2, and their program's really on the up too.
So as we're seeing here, the scenes of them starting to celebrate with the trophy, a much deserved one, I'd say. just how can you just put into words how special this is?
One last time, you're winning Southampton. On behalf of Manchester Bay, we'd like to thank you for coming out this evening.